Hello, this is episode 73 of the Fast Heart Mart podcast, remembering my friend Shadowlight, take 2, part 2. I did a part 2 a couple weeks ago, and the whole thing went down in a blaze of technical glory, and I said I would try again today, and I really don't want to. I'll be honest, I really don't want to do this. Grieving my friend Shadowlight has been hard enough, and it's not getting any easier. Her memorial services were this weekend. I chose not to go for many reasons I'm not going to get into, but I'll just say that she had a ton of friends, and that's great. I'm really glad that a lot of people were able to go and stuff like that. I didn't have the energy for it. I knew I would have to gotten really drunk or something like that to deal with it, and I don't like to drink these days, and I don't like to, so I just didn't go. Hang on, let me turn off this. I'm in the camper again, as per usual these days. I'm in my motorhome, and I got to turn off the heater. Hang on a second. Anyway, yeah, I'm not going live today because of all the technical problems last time, so I'm just going to do this pre-recorded like I used to do. The microphone stand is falling down on me, of course. But yeah, like I said, I'm not stoked about doing this because I'm just super unmotivated. I'm still processing a lot, but I'm hoping maybe this will be good and cathartic for me to watch all these videos that I've made with Shadowlight. And again, I don't really know how to, nobody knows how to deal with something like this. I thought she was going to survive, and she didn't, of course. And I was talking to a friend of mine about it, and I was like, well, if somebody made a video of me and all the videos I made with them, and I was gone, I would be thrilled. I'd be like, that's a great idea. Show all the videos you made together and stuff and all the good times you had. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm hoping that, just hoping that this helps me process things and just celebrate her life and remember her. So I guess I'll just go ahead and show the first video that I was going to show. I actually showed this last time, but I'll go ahead and show it again because I don't think many people watched that last one. It was just so full of problems and stuff. It was really bad. I had to basically power off my computer in the middle of the stream. I've never had to do that before, so that was crazy. And I don't even, anyway. I'm going to show this video that we did, her and I made, with the band we were in together, called The Western Collective. The Western Collective was a band of 5 of us songwriters around San Diego. And I've talked more about that in the first episode about, I think I did. I'm pretty sure it is, so I won't talk anymore about the Western Collective. But this is a song we did together called Southbound Train. It was written mostly by Trent Hancock and Justin Warner, or not necessarily in that order, of course, but the two of them worked pretty hard on this, I think. So, and this became, I think this is probably the biggest song that we did together as a band. And Shadowlight did all the strings for that album. You can listen to it on Spotify or anywhere you listen to music. The Western Collective Hearts and Dreams album. She did all the strings, and she did a great job. And here she is. You'll see her in this video as well. She's more on, I guess she'll be on the left of your screen, the far left. She's on the far left. I think I'm on the far right. So here it is, Southbound Train by the Western Collective.
Balcony TV.
Hey, what's up, guys? You're watching Balcony TV LA. I'm Anna Village, hanging out with the Western Collective in Studio City, and it's chilly. How are you guys doing?
Doing great.
You're gonna play a song for us. What's it gonna be?
It's called Southbound Train.
All right, guys, take it away.
different lane, heading down the track on a southbound train. On a different lane, heading down the track on a southbound train. Rolling down the road on a different lane, heading down the track on a southbound train. Different lane, heading down the track on a southbound train. Rolling down the road on a different lane, heading down the track on a southbound train.
All right, that was that video, Southbound Train by the Western Collective. Yeah, she looked so beautiful in that video. It's awesome. And I'm already feeling better. Just watching these videos, taking the time to remember her and all the stuff her and I did together. Here's the thing. If everybody kind of did that, not that I'm saying everybody should, but everybody shows the aspects of Shadowlight that they shared with her in her life, then we get a whole, maybe closer to a 360-degree view. Because Shadowlight was a very complex person. She had so many friends of different walks of life, which I respect. I really love that about her. She was friends with so many different people, like, that had nothing to do with each other. Like, I didn't even know a lot of her good friends, actually, because we just never really hung out all together. So, and maybe I should have gone to the memorial for that, but I just was like, no, I'm not gonna do it. I feel like it was gonna trigger me into a tailspin. I've learned that. I don't know, anybody out there who's dealing with depression or mental illness, they call it, or whatever. I don't like to call it that, but if you have that, I think we're just very sensitive people. And if you're very sensitive like myself, and you know that some things in life will just trigger you to go in a tailspin, and you try to avoid those things. And of course, there's times where I know I have to do things and face it head on or whatever. But the memorial service is not, for me, it wasn't. I feel like it would have just been like really too much for me, especially with all the people and stuff. So anyway, this next song is called Your Ghost. It was another song that we all did as the Western Collective. And of course, now that Shadowlight's passed on, I'm like, is she listening to me right now? Is she watching me? Of course, I think she is. I had this real big moment on Sunday night. I think it was Sunday night, or maybe it was Monday night. Today's Wednesday. I think it was Monday night. And I was just laying in bed, and I had a big moment of communication with her. She basically was just like, it's all good, man. Just do your thing, and just, it's all good. So I felt good. But yeah, speaking of ghosts and stuff, here is Your Ghost by the Western Collective. And again, Shadowlight did a great job on this one, particularly on the album with all the string sections and stuff like this. This was mostly written by Trent Hancock, I think, and a guy named Al Howard, who wasn't in the Western Collective, but he's a notorious songwriter here in San Diego. I think he's still here in San Diego. Anyway, here goes Your Ghost by the Western Collective.
We're just playing our whole record right here for you tonight. All in a row, like it is on the record.
Winter's been breaking into our windows lately. Maybe I've seen the shadows out in the meadows, gray and hazy. They say this day has been on its way. A thief that's hung out of the sun. And I'm no fool anymore. I'm no wiser now than before. So when your ghost comes around, knocks at the door, be no one greeting, 'cause I've seen this before. We had our season of surrender, sun and love weather never ceases to change its mind. Sometimes just takes a night, all things seven. Heard all the words, expected the worst. Leave lights hung out of the sun. I'm no fool anymore. I'm no wiser now than before. So when your ghost comes around and knocks at the door, be no one greeting, 'cause I've seen this before. Wise with the words that you mean, suddenly they don't mean a thing. Soft as the song that you sing, whisper in your memory. Wise with the words that you mean, suddenly they don't mean a thing. Soft as the song that you sing, whisper in my memory. So I'll call you yesterday, all hope and decay. Miss you, wish you knew how to hesitate, knew what was worth the wait. Always issues, hindsight will come, sure as the sun. Fever born like the bees none. I'm no fool anymore. I'm no wiser now than before. seen this before.
Thank y'all so much. It's a pleasure playing.
The Western Collective. This is Brad.
Western Collective, everybody. Thank you guys for coming up and coming out.
All right, there's that song, Your Ghost by the Western Collective. Again, you can hear all these songs on Spotify, YouTube, wherever you listen to music. And I'm sure Justin Warner had something to do with the writing of that too. So I guess all of us did. I did the bass line. I'm very proud of that bass line and that song. So that's the thing about being in a band. We were all songwriters on our own, and we tried to come together and do something bigger than that was anything of our separate parts. And we did that. It was really challenging. And one of the challenges, I guess, is just to figure out who contributed what, you know. Anyway, I'm looking at my mouth. It's like, is my mustache really crooked? Anyway, whatever. Yeah, like I said at the beginning of this video, I was like reluctant to do this. I'm like, I knew it was going to be hard, and not just emotionally, but technically hard. Like, I had all those technical problems last time, but I'm the type of person, if I say I'm going to do something, I do it. And whether it's, usually I do that, you know, like, it's the thing. I say I'm going to do something, I do it. And I'm learning, like, sometimes it's not a good thing, but I think in this case it's a good thing, even though I'm broadcasting from, you know, on a bridge. I'm on a bridge right now. I'm parked on a bridge it's a freeway overpass, so you could probably see the freeway, people going by down below there. And yeah, it's been a tough time. My parents came to visit last week, actually 2 weeks ago. They came to visit, and they got sick like immediately. I think they got something on the plane, and then they got sick for like 4 or 5 days, and then I got sick for 4 or 5 days. So the whole time we were kind of sick and like just trying to enjoy each other's company, and it was good to see them. It's always good to see my parents, of course. It was just kind of a bummer that we didn't get to do more, and now they're gone, and Shadowlight's gone, and it's just like a kind of depressing time. I'm broke. It's like, you know, it's one of those moments in life where you're like, dude, what did I do to get here, you know? It's just a weird time in the world too. Like, everybody's, I don't know. Anyway, but it feels nice to watch these videos with Shadowlight back during good times and stuff. I'll show this next one. This next one is from, we did a fermentation festival, which is run by this guy, Austin, here in San Diego. He's a great guy. He's like a fermentation expert, like, you know, all the fermentation stuff. And he had a festival for a few years, and he hired us to play. And this year, the first year it was, I think it was raining and windy like the whole day, and we played anyway. And Shadowlight's here on this video with me playing Everything's Gonna Be Alright, which is one of her favorite songs of mine. I think she always liked this song, and I think I'm gonna show this song a couple times today because we did it in various settings, and I feel like each setting was just like kind of a special moment for Shadowlight and I whenever we do this. Everything's gonna be alright, you know, like the life of a musician, as you can imagine, it's turbulent. I'm not gonna say it's not easy. It is not easy, but that's obvious, I guess. It's not always glorious though either, and I know Shadowlight struggled a lot too. When you know, she was always taking gigs. Like, she'd be like texting somebody like, I gotta take this gig. We'd be her and I would just try to have some time together, and she'd be like booking shows and stuff, which is the way you got to do it, you know, if you're gonna keep things rolling. And so I like to think that's why this song resonated with her and for me. It's a song I wrote called Everything's Gonna Be Alright. You know, sometimes you just need to know, whatever happens, everything's gonna be alright. And I know people argue with that statement. They're like, not everything's not all right. But I believe, as a spiritual person, I believe that our spirit is never affected by anything that happens here on this earthly plane. We might completely mess up. We might lose all of our friends, all of our money, and all that stuff. But in the end, our soul is untouched, and everything is all right. We're here to learn. Whether we can learn it or not is the question. And sometimes I think I am learning, and sometimes I think, oh my God, I have no idea what I'm doing. And I've just completely ruined my whole life. Anyway, this song's called Everything's Gonna Be Alright at the Fermentation Festival. This is with Tom Warner on bass and Joe Schwab on the cajon.
Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be just fine. Everything's gonna be alright. If you just hold on. If you just hold on. If you can just still your mind, less is wrong than is right. If you can just still your mind and just hold on, just hold on. Sometimes we drift in life. It's hard work in getting by. Sometimes we drift in life and just hold on. Just hold on. Let go. Thank you very much, everybody.
All right, that's that song. Everything's gonna be all right. With Shadowlight playing fiddle there. Wasn't a great recording, of course, but hey, it was a moment we had. You could see she was wearing the fur hat because it was so cold that day. There's hardly anybody in the audience, as you can hear at the end there, and it was whatever, you know. I guess that was probably one of the first gigs we did after the Western Collective broke up. I guess when the Western Collective broke up, all of us were kind of like, are we gonna still play together at all, you know? And we did. All of us did end up playing together and stuff. We probably, I don't know. Anyway, that was a cool band, but it just I don't know what happened there. Anyway, the next song I'm going to show you is from a session we did in North Park. There's a place called Rarefied Recording Studio, which is a really nice recording studio. And I got some money together and paid for the whole band to do some sessions there. And we just recorded live in the studio. And this is from those sessions. This one's Norwegian Wood by the Beatles. And I think this one turned out pretty good. Check it out. Were we rolling? Yes. Okay, cool. 1, 2, 3, 1.
She showed me a room, isn't it good? Norwegian wood. She asked me to stay and she told me to sit anywhere. So I looked around the room and I noticed there wasn't a chair. So I sat on the rug, biding my time, drinking her wine, and we talked until 2, and then she said, it's time for bed. She said that she worked in the morning, and she started to laugh. But I told her I didn't, so I crawled off and slept in a bath. And when I awoke, I was alone. This bird had flown. So I started a fire, isn't it good? Norwegian wood. Oh, I once had a girl, or should I say, she once had me.
Norwegian Wood, covered by Fast Heart Martin, the band, at North Park Rarefied Recording Studio, San Diego, California. That was probably, I think that was 2018 that we did that. And I should mention Saki is on the accordion. She did a great job on the accordion, as always. And Cedar Rose is on. She's the female backing vocalist. What a great... I have to say, it sounds really good to me. I think it turned out really good. The reason I had to use that weird filter on the camera on the video is because something happened with the camera footage where it was like, I think it was really dark. It just didn't look good, so I had to do something about it, and that was the best thing. That was the best way I could deal with it. I'm pretty sure that video would have done a lot better, on YouTube and stuff. It would do a lot better if it wasn't for those effects, but that's the way it goes, man. You just gotta do what you gotta do to make things presentable, I guess, and then, I don't know, I just feel like, if I'm being honest, and the reason I'm doing this is because I'm trying to be honest and to be vulnerable, I guess, is that I feel like my whole music career has been a little bit forsaken, a little bit, and I don't mean to sound like paranoid or whatever, but I just feel like I've gotten to the 99th yard. Like I've gotten almost to the end goal, like so many times. And there's that one little thing at the end that like screws everything up. An example of that was like Blaze Foley. He was a great songwriter that was friends with Townes Van Zandt. Townes Van Zandt was another musician who was pretty obscure. Songwriters know who he is, but a lot of the mainstream masses don't know who Townes Van Zandt. He wrote a famous song called Poncho and Lefty, which ended up getting recorded by Willie Nelson and it wasn't Waylon Jennings. It was Willie Nelson and gosh, who was that? Anyway, it was one of my dad's favorites. Can't think of his name at the moment for some reason. Anyway, Townes Van Zandt wrote this song and it became a big hit for Willie Nelson and good grief. Anyway, so then Townes Van Zandt became pretty well known as well for writing that song, you know, and so his music career kind of blew up a little bit for him. I mean, because I remember seeing Townes Van Zandt in interviews and he would say, well, yeah, my records sell okay. I think my mom's got all my records or whatever. It was kind of like, you know, he was very obscure until he had that hit song. But his other friend was named Blaze Foley, who was very obscure even now, except for John Prine covered one of his songs, and it's a song called, what's it called? Going down to the Greyhound station, gonna buy a ticket to ride, gonna find that old lady, 2 or 3 kids and sit down by her side. Ride till the sun comes up around 2 or 3 times. Smoke cigarettes and the last meat. Singing songs with the people I meet. Get along with it all. What do the people say, y'all? Pigeons. Clay Pigeons. The name of the song is called Clay Pigeons. It was written by Blaze Foley. But if you look at Blaze Foley's history, like he would record these albums and they would end up getting like one, I think one of the studios had flooded out before they could get to the master tapes or something to release the record, and another studio, same thing happened where like he got finished with the studio album, the whole thing caught on fire or something. I don't remember exactly the details, but for one reason or another, Blaze Foley was just not able to like reach the masses with his music, you know. And I feel like that's true for me too. And I don't know if it's God is protecting me, because he would know it would destroy me and probably corrupt me and stuff. But watching that video, that's what I think of. And I think Shadowlight could relate to that too in some ways. Like I think she was always feeling a little bit thwarted too, but I'm not sure. Maybe that's not true. Like she had a really good attitude, of course, and she had a really positive attitude. But I think she liked hanging out with me because I have a very, like, I would say straightforward attitude and real and maybe blunt. And if I feel like I'm being thwarted or forsaken, then I'll say it. You know, I'll just say it. Whereas a lot of people won't even say it. They're like, that's just negativity, you know. And I believe in being positive, but I also believe in acknowledging the negative. And maybe I acknowledge the negative too much. But okay, anyway. This next song is another cover song, actually, that we did at the same session. This one's called Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd. And Shadowlight did a great job on this one, too, as she always did. It was just a miracle we got everybody together for these recordings because everybody's so busy. And this was in 2018. It got even worse, you know, as time went on, especially after the pandemic. Things just got really hard to get people together. I haven't had a proper band, actually, since... Well, I guess I had a proper band until 2022, probably. And then... I've never had a bass player, though. Had to use my Magic bass player, but... Anyway, okay, this song's called Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd. I know this is going to be a really long video today, long podcast, but hey, it's worth it. Here we go.
1, 2, 3. So you think you can tell heaven from hell and blue sky from pain? Can you tell a green field from a cold steel rail? I'll smile from a veil. So you think you can tell? Did they get you to trade your heroes for ghosts? Hot asses for trees, hot air for a cool breeze, cold comfort for change. Did you exchange a walk-on part in a war for a lead role in a cage? We were two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl, year after year, running over the same old ground. Have you found the same old fear? I wish you were here. So you think you can tell heaven from hell and blue sky from pain? Can you tell a green field from a cold steel rail? I smile from a veil. So you think you can tell? Did they get you to trade your heroes for ghosts? Did you exchange walk-on part in a war for a lead role in a cage? You were here, 'cause we were two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl, year after year, running over the same old ground. Have we found the same old fear? I wish you were here.
All right, "Wish You Were Here" by Pink Floyd, covered by Fast Heart Mart Band, 2018. Yeah, I don't know why that song didn't like kick us into another stratosphere's like popularity. Like, I don't know. I thought, some of these cover songs, that's why you do them. It's like you want to get noticed. Like, oh, maybe people latch onto this or something. But hey, whatever. It didn't happen. Didn't happen. In fact, yeah, I don't think we got a single gig out of that. Out of those videos. We thought we were gonna get festivals and all this stuff, and nada. Not a thing. Oh well. I don't mean to sound negative. I know my hair is a mess. I need to get it cut. I'm thinking of shaving everything. Just shave it all off. Start over. Like the way I'm feeling. Gonna do a Britney Spears start over your life thing. Anyway, at least I'm saying, I'm staying sober for the most part these days. I had a few drinks with my parents when they were here, but other than that, I literally had 2 drinks with them when they were here. Literally 2 drinks. And this isn't an A meeting or anything like that, but I try to stay straight and narrow. But despite it all, it's been sort of a rough patch. And my hair, thank God I have hair. I'm really grateful for it, but it's unruly beast sometimes. So, and yeah, this next one's with Shadowlight and I. It's a real quick clip of us playing. I think what's it called? It's a song. It's a song by the way, that last song I was thinking of, it was Merle Haggard and Willie Nelson that covered Townes Van Zant's Poncho and Lefty with Merle Haggard, of course. I don't know why I can never think of Merle Haggard's name. I don't know why. I've had a block on his name since I was a kid. So weird how that happens. There's certain names and stuff that I've always been that way with. Anyway, this song is a what's the name of the band? I'll think of it. But just watch. This was a cool video we made during the pandemic. We got together and we were being kind of like rebels when you were supposed to not get together. And Shadowlight was going through some stuff at that time. I won't divulge what, but she was going through an emotional time during the pandemic, and we were kind of there for each other. She was always there for me for my emotional times too, so it felt good to be there for her. She was straight up like going through it, so there it is.
Thunder only happens when it's raining. Wires only love you when you're playing. Women, they would come and they would go. When the rain washes you clean, you'll know.
I thought there was more to that video. Maybe there wasn't. Anyway, that was just a short video that we had done together during the pandemic, and it's Fleetwood Mac, Dreams, right? Yeah, like that's what it is. I like Fleetwood Mac. I'm just not a huge. I don't know their stuff a whole lot. I just Shadowlight loved that song, and so we played it together that day, and glad we captured it on video. I'm glad we captured a lot of this on video. That's the thing too. We live in an age where we can do this kind of thing. We can remember somebody through videos. And I've already had people sending me messages saying, thanks for making the videos that I've already made about Shadowlight, remembering Shadowlight, because they didn't know some of the stuff that I've shared. And they got to know more about her. Like, especially some of my friends who don't live out in California. They didn't really get to know her or ever meet her even. So I think I'm doing a good thing here. And this next song is another cover song. This is one we did, I think, in October of 2022. It's a song called Zombie by the Cranberries. And it was, again, 2022 was like, that was during the pandemic. And not to get political or anything, it shouldn't be, it's not really political. And anyway, people say that now. They're like, you're being political when you're talking about health. But anyway, there was a lot of zombie stuff going on during the pandemic. We have to admit, people just kind of fell in line, and just that was an allusion to this song. And here it is.
Another broken heart is slowly taking over. The silence causes violence. We must be mistaken. But you see, it's not me, it's not my family. In your head, they are fighting with the tanks and the bombs and the bombs and the guns. In your head, they are crying. What's in your head? What's in your head? Zombie, zombie, zombie. What's in your head? What's in your head? Zombie, zombie, a mother's broken heart is slowly taking over. The silence causes violence. We must be mistaken. It's the same old scene since 1960. In your head, they are fighting with the tanks and the bombs and the bombs and the guns. In your head, they are dying. What's in your head? What's in your head? Zombie, zombie, zombie. What's in your head? What's in your head? Zombie, zombie, zombie. What's in your head? What's in your head? Zombie, zombie, zombie. What's in your head? What's in your head? Zombie, zombie, zombie.
All right, that was Zombie by the Cranberries, covered by the Fast Heart Mart Band. 2022. I don't know, I watch these videos and I'm like, man, what happened? Why didn't we get any attention for that one? We should have gotten attention for that. Life is so weird, right? I mean, you got this Haktua girl who I think she seems really cool. I'm not saying anything about her. Just, she says this phrase, one night, and she's instantly like amazingly famous. Everybody in the world knows who she is, It's like, but then you got hardworking artists out there trying to get some kind of traction so they can. Here's the thing: artists got to get noticed so we can make income. We have to get income so we can live in this world where you have to have money. And it's just so funny or frustrating, really, if I'm being completely blunt, which I try to be. It's frustrating, like people get all this fame and fortune for the dumbest things. Like that Hawk Tuah saying is like not the most brilliant thing that's ever been said. You know, it's anyway. And again, no offense to the woman who said it. I think she seems great. I don't live under a rock. I didn't know what it was at first. Everybody's like Hawk Tuah, and I'm like, what the heck? I can't believe I'm even talking about it now. But that's what I'm saying. You see stuff like you're like, what the heck, man? And she's like making appearances at concerts and stuff or something. I don't know. Anyway, what a world. All right, this song here, this one I'm pretty proud of. This is a song called I Love You, San Diego that I wrote actually a while back. But I've never gotten a good recording of it. And including this one, it's not, the vocal got messed up. And for some reason, this song has been impervious to recording ever since I wrote it, like, I don't know, 6 years ago. But this is probably one of the best recordings we got. We did it at the Hillcrest Farmers Market in San Diego here. And it was, the whole band was here, except for Tom. Tom wasn't on bass. He was gone during this time. And here it goes. I Love You, San Diego is a song I wrote, and everybody played it. And Shadowlight did a great job. Shadowlight and Saki did a great job. It made it sound kind of like mariachi kind of sounding, which is what I wanted. And Shadowlight was always amazed at, like, I always wanted her to play higher up on the neck on the violin or the fiddle. She was always like, you sure you like that? And I'm like, yeah. And she was like, you're the only one that wants me to play up like this high up on the neck. And I'm like, it go as high as you can. I love that sound of the high end of the fiddle. And so she would always do that for me, because that's just the way she was. All right, here it is.
It's really tough to live in this city, 'cause all these houses cost so much money. There's hardly ever any parking. By the grace of God, we're making a living. Oh, where else would I go? As close to perfect as I know. That's why I love you, San Diego. I might be living in a fantasy with all these natural disasters all around me. These earthquakes and fires might kill me, but right now it's 70 and sunny. It's the middle of January. Oh, where else would I go? It's as close to perfect as I know. That's why I love you, San Diego. On the beach in February, the sun was out and I was sunbathing, and all the weather back east is freezing. I'm from there, it was depressing. I was born and raised in Virginia. Oh, where else would I go? Close to perfect as I know. That's why I love you, San Diego. reality. People with so much money taking themselves too seriously. Ah, but where else would I go? This close to perfect as I know. That's why I love you, San Diego. Where else would I go? This close to perfect as I know. That's why I love you, San Diego. All right, thank you very much, everybody. We're gonna take a 15-minute break. We're back sometime before midnight. We're taking a 15-minute break. We're back sometime before midnight.
Oh, that's funny. Where else would I go?
All right, there goes that song. I love you, San Diego. It's just so good to see Shadowlight smiling and stuff. That was like, that would have been at least a year before. It was about a year before she was diagnosed with cancer. So that's what's cool about this. Just like going through this, I am feeling better about. It does make me feel good. The good times we spent together. Yeah, just was real, you know. This next song is a song that I wrote as well. It's called Desert Dessert, and I know Shadowlight really liked this song, a lot of mine. A lot of people do, and it's never really been properly recorded either or properly released. But here it is. We did a video for it out in the mesa, out in the desert, and it was cool video. It's I'll tell you more about the situation after this. Let's just show the video.
Cactus flower is blooming on the side of the road. We drive through this deserted desert. Deserted desert. The sky is so blue, I can't see far away into forever. I can't see the infinity. The infinity. The heat doesn't bother me, or any excuse to move slowly through this world on my long journey. On my long journey. A cactus flower is blooming on the side side of the road. We drive through this deserted desert. Deserted, 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 deserted.
It was so cool how Shadowlight wore that blue dress that matched my banjo perfectly on that video. It's so cool. She's good at that. I remember when we recorded that at my house. We did the audio recording at my house, in my apartment, and we had this on-running joke where she always had analog pedals. She always had like delay pedals and her some weird effects and stuff. And I always used this, what's called the HX Stomp. It's a Line 6 HX Stomp. It has all the pedals in one, and it's like this big, you know. And I was always joking with her, you got to get one of these, you know. And she's like, I could never learn how to use it. It's like super hard to use. It is hard to use, and I still have a hard time with it. But she let me use it for that recording. Actually, I think she insisted. She's like, yeah, use that delay on there. That sounds good. So that's what she did. It was an easy recording session that day. Sometimes, you know, recording sessions could be really hard. People are like really picky about which delay pedal they're going to use and all that stuff. But we were just like, dude, let's just go with this one right here. So we did. All right, now this is a few days later. After that video shoot, we actually went back to my place. All of us, the whole band, and some other friends of ours, we all met up and I had a birthday party for myself because it happened to be my birthday the next day, which was when I was going to have an official birthday party. But all my musician friends, for some reason, couldn't make it the next day. So they all showed up this one party. We jammed. And this is part of that jam session here. Boris Kamashon is the guy who recorded that video. He's the one that made the video and edited it. And he also did this next one too. Boris is a great guy here in San Diego. He's a filmmaker, and also he's actually a neurologist, a bona fide physician. And he's a great guy. He's been helping with videos for a few years now. I haven't worked with him in a minute though. All right, here it goes. This song's called Everything's Gonna Be Alright. This is, again, we've already done this song before, but this is a different version around the campfire, and I thought this was a really special time for all of us. It was during the pandemic, and we still felt like, I think this would have been 2022. Yeah, this would have been March of 2022. So we were all, just trying to, shake off those pandemic blues, and we were hanging around the campfire. Here it is.
You're welcome.
Are you tuned now?
No.
From all of us.
I can't. Let's see. I can give you an. I can. You need. I got you an E.
That's it. It's the beginning.
Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be just fine. Everything's gonna be alright. If we just hold on. Just hold on. If you can distill your mind, less is wrong than
secret in life. It's hard work just getting by, but everything's gonna be alright. Just hold on. Just hold on.
That sounded nice.
That was good. That was good.
I much prefer that arrangement.
All right, so again, not the best audio recording or best performance ever, but it was just a vibe. It was a cool vibe around the campfire that night. Yeah. Yep. What is this next thing I got queued up here? Let me just see. Hang on, I gotta get the rest. Hang on a second. All right, so this next song is called Hearts and Dreams. It's a song I wrote, and I think it's the first song we played on the first episode about Shadowlight. And I think that's appropriate because it's the song that her and I played probably the most often together, and we kind of lived our lives that way, following our heart and our dreams, whether it led us into paths, of dismal despair or whatever. It's what we do. It's what Shadowlight did her whole life, and I hope to continue doing it for my life too, because it's what makes sense. I think in the end, Shadowlight can look down on us and go, well, at least I did what I wanted to do, and I hope to be able to say the same. I know I have so far. I feel like I look back and I'm like, well, at least I did what I wanted to do. I didn't spend my life in a desperate cubicle somewhere, doing something I didn't believe in. So, not that there's anything wrong with that. If that's what you're doing, that's fine. I'm not judging. I'm just saying I want to try to do something that I believe in. I've been trying to do that. And this song is called Hearts and Dreams. This was at the Hillcrest Farmers Market. And this would have been like maybe 2 months before she was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. Here it is. Cool, thanks, man. This next song is called Follow Your Heart and Your Dreams, because what else are you going to do? Thank you. People try and tell you what you gotta do, but don't listen to them unless you think it's true. Follow your heart and your dreams. Follow your heart and your dreams. I've been alive for a while now, and one thing that I know, you gotta listen to your heart if you're gonna protect your soul. Follow your heart and your dreams. Follow
Follow your heart and your dreams. People try and tell you what you gotta do, but don't you listen to them unless you think it's true. Follow your heart and your dreams. Follow your heart and your dreams. For a while now, and one thing that I know, you gotta listen to your heart if you're gonna protect your soul. Follow your heart and your dreams. Follow your heart and your dreams. Thank you very much. We're going to do a song by the Beatles now. This one is called Norwegian Wood. Some people say the Beatles. The Beatles. From Liverpool.
All right, there it is, Hearts and Dreams. Maybe I should have saved that for last, but I saved another one for last. And then this is another one we did together at the Hillcrest Market. This time, Joe Schwab was with us. A lot of times when Shadowlight would come to the Hillcrest Market to play with me, it was like she would just let me know that morning, hey, you playing at Hillcrest today? And I'd be like, yeah. And she'd be like, all right, I'll come by. And so it was like last minute, never knew when she was showing up. And this is probably one of those times. And this was probably like a month before she was diagnosed with cancer. And yeah, I'm just glad we captured these videos while we did, while she was here, because I guess it gives us something to remember her by. Not that we need it. She etched a pretty strong memory in everybody's brains probably, but this is nice to have this, and just to see her smile on these videos is cool, and to hear her playing, of course, and singing. She's singing in this one, I think. Here it is. Here it goes. This is a song I wrote called Invincible. It's about turning 100 years old and celebrating, which I haven't done yet. I'm almost halfway there, so here it goes. This song's called Invincible.
This song's about turning 100 years old, or 1,000, or whatever. This song's about turning 100 years old, or 1,000, or whatever. I'm gonna be 46 on Tuesday. Turn 100 years old, anything's possible cause I feel invincible. I feel invincible. Never too old to have a dream. I'll make my own reality, and I feel invincible. I feel invincible. Death is no longer scary. I'm not miserably in a field. Invincible. I feel invincible. 100 things are wrong, but a trillion things are right. I choose to live on the bright side. A 100 things are wrong, but a trillion things are right. I choose to live on the bright side. A 100 things are wrong, but a trillion things are right. I choose to live on the bright side. I just turned 1,000 years old. Anything's possible cause I feel invincible. I feel invincible. I'm never too old to have a dream. I'll make my own realities and I feel invincible. Good to see you. Yeah, I feel invincible. All right, thanks a lot, everybody. Thank you very much. You guys are the best.
All right, that's Invincible. It's a song I wrote called Invincible that Shadowlight played with me at the Hillcrest Market, and Joe Schwab was in there, of course, too. And that's the second to last video. Congratulations if you made it this far. We're about an hour and 15 minutes into this thing. We got one more video to show you here, and I saved the best I feel like for last. This may not be the best performance we've ever done together, but the song and the vibe I think is there. It's a song by Leonard Cohen, my favorite songwriter. I think Shadowlight loved Leonard Cohen too. I'm not sure if she loved him as much as I did, but I know she had a lot of respect for him as a songwriter. Every songwriter does. I mean, Leonard Cohen. It's Leonard Cohen and Bob Dylan. Like, how can every songwriter in the world probably loves those two? But this one's called Hallelujah. And this song, if anybody's ever heard it, which most people have, they know it invokes a very melancholy feeling within you, and you're not sure exactly why. And it's probably has something to do with the chords and the melody and the lyrics, of course. But it all just comes together as something. That hallelujah is like, to me, what the song means. It's just that moment in life where everything comes together and it works out, and you rejoice, but then you know it's all going to come back apart again. But you at least have that moment of triumph. And I think that's what this song does for me, and that's what it means to me. It's sort of a triumphant moment of life when you finally prevail over something that you've been working so hard at. And I'll just show the video, and then this is the last video, like I said. I'll just show it. This was the probably... I think this was the last time her and I actually played together in public. We did some stuff, like when she was sick, we played a little bit when I'd go visit her or something. But this is like the last public performance we ever did together, and this would have been probably a couple weeks before she was diagnosed. Looks like, oh, actually it was 3/5, which is March 7th, 2023 that we did this. I mean, March 5th, 2023 that we recorded this song. And she was diagnosed, I remember exactly when it was March 14th of 2023. So she would have been diagnosed about 10 days after this. 9 or 10 days after this, she was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. And so again, glad we got it on. Glad we recorded it while we could, and we have it here to show. And it's on YouTube, and it's its own video too. All these videos are. I just thought I'd take you through a tour of all the videos that Shadowlight and I did together. I don't want to share any of the videos that we made, like when she was sick and stuff. I just feel like I want to keep those to myself. So just anything we did in public, I'm sharing. Here it is, Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen, covered by Shadowlight and Fast Heart Mart and Joe Schwab. Here it is.
I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord. But you don't really care for music, do you? Well, it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, minor fall, the major left, the baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Your faith was strong, but you needed proof. You saw her fading round the roof. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. That was a Leonard Cohen song. Hallelujah. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All right, and that's it. Hallelujah. Leonard Cohen song. My vocals were very distorted. I was way too close to the mic. Sorry about that. Nothing's perfect, you know, and that's the thing in life is. Even right now, like, I'm not feeling perfect at all. I'm not even feeling close to perfect. But yet, I trudge on. And that's what Shadowlight did, too. I know for sure. She just kept trudging on, trudging forward. Anyway, I'm not going to say too much more about it because I feel like some of the stuff's best kept privately, you know. But I do know for sure Shadowlight was a trooper and a warrior on the path of music and doing something beautiful for the world. As am I. I feel like at least I'm trying to. And, you know, like they say, like Yoda says, there is no try, you know, there's only doing. I don't agree with Yoda on that. I love Yoda. I just think that's sometimes all we do is try. That's all we can do is try. And life is messy and it's devastating at times. But yet we get up and we keep trying. And that's what I'm doing here today. I know that's what Shadowlight did with her life. She just kept going at it. She could have done a million other things, I'm sure. She kept at her music. And if there's anything here you go away with today, that's what I want you to feel like. Just keep doing your thing, even if you're at the bottom of if you're at rock bottom right now. Just keep going. Things clear up. Things, you know, it's a tension and release. It's feast and famine. And I appreciate you watching. If you watched all the way through here, it's almost an hour and 30 minutes in. So thanks a lot. I'm gonna go edit this video and put it out as soon as I can. And I'll be back again in 2 weeks. I'm here the 2nd and 4th Wednesdays of the month, going live. Hope this one wasn't live, but usually I go live on the 2nd and 4th Wednesdays of the month at 4 p.m. Pacific time. And I'll be back again. Today's the 10th of July. I'll be back on I guess it'll be the 24th of July. I'll be back with you with back to the live thing, doing my thing. And this is dedicated to the memory of Jamie Shadowlight. I just call her Shadowlight, but this is dedicated to Shadowlight, my friend, and everybody's friend. She was a friend to everybody. I don't think she had one enemy ever out there, which is great. All right, see you guys. Thanks for watching.